What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you all having a great day so far today. I'm gonna tell you, I am so not a summer person. I am not a summer person in the least. Like, it is hotter than the devil's ass out here. I feel like I'm having a sleepover with Satan. That's how hot it is out here. I cannot stand it. Like, it's just so hot. Like, you feel like you're about to meet the devil in person. Like, this is just crazy. Um, but anyway, hope you all are enjoying your day. Getting into this episode of GH, listen, Jordan is working my nerve. She working my nerve. And I love me some Jordan, but she pissing me off. I'm like, she need to stop fumbling with this man. Like, she really do. Like, I really feel like she likes Zeke. And Zeke obviously likes her and wants to take her out on a proper date. Like, for him, it wasn't just sex. In the beginning, it might have just been sex for her. And I get it. She admitted to that. But I feel like she feels something for him. And she admitted that too. So she need to give it a go. Like, a part of me understand she don't want to get into a messy situation. Because she feel like it's already messy. With Porsha being, his sister and Curtis being his brother-in-law and Jordan's ex-husband, it's very much messy. It is. It's giving mess. But the thing about it is, at this point, if I was Jordan, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would not care. I would not give a damn how Porsha feel about them dating. I really wouldn't give a damn how Curtis feel about it. Who cares? Y'all are both grown-ass consulting adults. If y'all want to date, date. Obviously, Zeke don't care how his sister feel about it. He really don't. Like, he even said it himself. Like, she gonna have to cope. She gonna have to deal with them dating. And I don't blame him. He's grown. If he likes her like that, he don't care. And Jordan shouldn't care either. And another thing that annoyed me was Jordan talking about, I'm going to be real busy with work and stuff like that. See, Jordan, she should have learned her lesson from the first time. That's part of why her marriage failed in the first damn place. Work, work, work. Because every time Curtis came to the office to take her to dinner, it was always, I'm busy with work. I'm busy with work. You can't do that again. Like, she has to learn from the first time. Usually, you don't want to repeat the first mistake. You know what I mean? She needs to learn from that. She cannot have her life be all about work. You cannot. Like, she needs a personal life. To hell with work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's why people got assistants and all this type of stuff to handle the small stuff. When big stuff arise, I get it. You got to go. You got to go put that fire out. You got to go handle that. But small stuff, you need to delegate that shit to some staff. Because you need a life. Like, I'm just saying. Like, don't fumble this man. Don't do it. Because I love looking at Zeke and Jordan. I do. I love it. They look so damn good together. They really do. And I like the chemistry between them. And I think they could be hot together. And I definitely want to see them on dates and whatnot. She just need to put work to the back burner some nights. And she just need to not give a damn about what Curtis and Porsha think. Speaking of Curtis and Porsha, I really don't. I'm not rooting for them to get together. And I love my black couples. I do. But for them, I just feel like Curtis need to work on himself. He do. Curtis really needs to work on himself. He got a lot of internal things he need to work on before he could be in a marriage. I feel like Porsha need to work on her truth telling. Because she need to go to therapy and wonder why she can't tell the damn truth worth a damn. And why she trying to sabotage her own daughter with her nemesis. Like, she got a lot of stuff in her too that's broken. And I feel like they need to go talk about it with a shrink. They just got a lot to work on. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it is, especially with Porsha, she worried about everybody else's business when your marriage over here imploding. She worried about who her brother dating. She over here worried about Spencer and Trina. Worry about your marriage. All that energy you got for everybody else, you need to put all that energy into your shit. That's what you need to do. Because she's starting to work my nerve too. So anyway, moving on from that. I am so glad Anna got friends to talk to, but Anna need to stop beating herself up about the past. Oh, I'm surprised that you want to hang out with a traitor. I love me some Anna Devane. She's a queen. But I need her to stop the pity party. Stop the pity party, Anna. At the end of the day, what you did was back in the day. It was so long ago. It was before I was even a blink in my mother eye. I'm just saying. It's like, let it go. Let it go. You did what you did back in the day. You can't erase it. You can't go back and change things. What's done is done. Move on from it. Learn from it. Move on. She did a lot of good even after she did the traitor stuff. You still did a lot of good for the, for your people. You did a lot of good. You saved a lot of folks, so you could be happy in that. So my thing is her sin cup should be about empty at this point. It shouldn't even be full. It should be empty, and her conscience should be clear. It was 30 plus years ago. Let that shit go. That's why I'm glad people like Laura and Jordan and all them letting her know, like, listen, we your friends no matter what. I love that they keep uplifting her. And I always do love her scenes with Sonny and whatnot, but she need to stay out of their business. What's going on between Sonny and Valentine is between them. The less you know, the better. Unless you're going to be, that's why Valentine tried to keep her out of some of this stuff, because he don't want her to be an accomplice to none of this. Just in case shit goes sideways. So the less questions Anna asks, the better. And I don't think Sonny going to tell her anything anyway. So moving on from that, I love the scenes between Sonny and Dante. Them just having dinner and stuff like that. I loved every second of that. And I love that he asked Dante to be his best man. Even though I don't think this wedding is going to happen. But they ain't even got a date for the wedding. They just said sometime in the fall. So it's probably going to be sometime around September. I don't see it going down though. But I'm glad he asked Dante to do it. And I love the conversation they had, but I get why Sonny is suspicious of Dante when he was asking about his security detail and whatnot. Like, why he beefing up security. Because Luke had that same problem with Lucky. Like, Luke and Lucky had that same problem. Like, they couldn't separate father and son from cop to criminal. You know what I mean? That was the biggest problem with them. But I feel like Sonny and Dante have done a good job separating the two. And I'm glad Dante let him know, like, listen, I'm not asking you as a cop. I'm not fishing for information. I'm asking you as a concerned son. And I love that. Because you could definitely tell that's what Dante was doing. He wasn't asking to fish for information. I don't think he would do Sonny like that. Like, when he's genuinely asking a question, it's not because he's on official police duty. Them sitting there having dinner, that wasn't cop Dante. Dante took the cop hat off and put the son hat on when they were having dinner, because that's a personal setting for them. So anything that's kind of being said, as long as you're not planning on committing a crime, you could talk. You could talk freely. It's basically off the record. It's your downtime. It's your personal time. That's not during business hours for him. So I loved it, him confiding in him, because some shit is going down. I love that Dante was the one that spotted that gunman. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever the hell is going on with Pipeman, whoever trying to take a shot at Sonny, we need to find out this is the second time somebody done took a shot. Like, who is doing this? I keep thinking it got something to do with maybe Austin and Mason and whoever they work for, but it could have something to do with whoever the hell this person is in L.A. That Jennifer Smith been doing business with out on the West Coast. Like, how is all of this connected? Because I hope they didn't drop the whole West Coast organization storyline. I hope they didn't drop that. But it's a lot going on. Maybe it's all one and the same. Whoever Mason and them work for is the West Coast person that Jennifer was talking about. But Sonny definitely need to beef up that security. He need to get better guards, because I'm like, for your son to be the one to catch them and not your people, that's a bad sign, because it's going down at the Metro Court. Motherfuckers out here taking pop shots and shit. I'm like, nope, Sonny, you just need to stay indoors. You need to stay indoors and wear a vest everywhere you go. But at least one of Sonny kids got his back. A couple of his kids got his back, other than them other traitors. Who shall remain nameless. So anyway, moving on from that. I was hoping they wasn't going to go down that road. That whole surrogacy thing and Christina being a surrogate. I was hoping and praying they wouldn't do that. And then when she mentioned it, I said, ugh, y'all really doing this? And I really hope Molly say no. I hope Molly say no. I would hate for Christina to have her first child and just hand over her first child. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for that to happen. I would hate it. Unless she's going to, because she would have to use her own embryos, her own eggs or whatever, because Molly doesn't have any viable ones. So she would be the child's biological mother. I would hate for her to have to do that, because I already see the writing on the wall if they go down with that. That would mean that Christina going to feel a certain way. She going to want the child. It's going to be some sibling issues. And Alexis and Sam are going to be smack dab in the middle of it, trying to pick a side or trying to be neutral. I can see it. I can see the writing on the wall right now with this, and I ain't here for it, because we done seen it a billion times, and I'm like, change it up. Unless they do a twist or do something different with it, I don't want to see this, because I do not see. I don't need to see the Davis girls drifting apart. I don't need. I like all of them being one, being cohesive. I don't need to see them separated, feuding. I don't need. I don't want to see that. I understand sometimes they had their arguments and they dust ups, but they still family. This would drift them apart for a while, and I don't want to see that happen. It's gonna be some shit, but I know we're gonna get some dope ass emotional scenes out of it. I know we are. That's the good thing about storylines like this. Like, you're gonna get some fire. You gonna get some fire scenes, especially from Kate Mancy. Oh, you gonna get some good shit. I watched a lot of her scenes on Days, and she brings it. When it comes to those emotional shit, oh, she brings it every time. So I know we gonna get some fire out of it. This new girl playing Molly, I ain't seen nothing that she was in, so I don't know how her emotional stuff gonna be like that. But I seen little snips and bits of it on this show. But I feel like we definitely gonna get some fire. I feel bad for TJ. In a way, because I know he really want kids. And I'm pretty sure, even though he claimed that Molly is his forever, but every time Curtis asks him that question, like, what about kids? They keep getting interrupted. What if kids is not in the cards for them? Like, they keep getting interrupted before TJ can answer. I feel like him not having kids is a deal breaker for him. I feel like it could be a deal breaker. Like, if Molly decide, I don't want to have children or whatever, I feel like even though he said Molly is his future, I feel like that could be the catalyst to ending that. Because I don't see him being with her if they can't have children. Or even adopt or anything like that. Like, no children at all. Surrogacy, adoption, nothing. I think that might be the catalyst that could break them up if that's the case. I will hope not, but I think it could be. Because for some people, they don't negotiate on stuff like that. Like, that's a major life thing, not having children. I think that's non-negotiable for him. And I understand Molly going through a lot of shit. I get it. Because it's her body and stuff, and she's processing all of this. But I feel like in a way, it's like TJ's feelings are being disregarded. Like, this affects him too, so she got to think about him too. So I like for the moment that they made up and whatnot. I don't see it lasting, but I like for the time being, she let him know, reassured him, like, I still want you around me. Of course, I don't want you to feel like you gotta run away or give me that much space or whatever. We should be able to talk. And I agree, they should, but I just feel like a storm is brewing. A storm is heading their way. The clouds are getting together as we speak. I hear the rumblings of the thunder. It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be a showdown. And I love that Christina, is happy about the shelter. She updating everybody about her shelter business or whatever she got going. I like it. I'm glad that she found some purpose. And of course, Alexis was beaming because she could not stand Christina working at that bar. She hated it. But that's what you got to do as a parent. You got just give your kids that space to find themselves, find their purpose. You can't just keep drilling it into them what you want them to do. Fall back, let them find their purpose on their own. They'll find it. Just give them that space to do so. Of course they're gonna try out a bunch of different jobs. Waitressing, hotel, being a, whatever, some little minimum wage job. Of course they're gonna do little stuff like that because they're still trying to figure out what they want to do. So they doing little stuff like that to bring in a little couple dollars. So fall back and let them do what they do. They'll find their way. That's the journey. Like, that's their journey. But I'm happy for Christina. She found something she's passionate about. Good for her. So anyway, moving on from that, Elizabeth was looking fine as hell in that dress. I'm just saying, that outfit, she was looking good. I said, look at Liz all gussied up. She gussied up for the wrong man, but she gussied up. Finn need to get on his daughter because she was being a little too grown for my taste, sitting at the dinner table. Oh, tell everybody about your date with Auntie Elizabeth. No, ma'am. No, that's grown folk business. Why you telling everybody my business? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, kids should be seen and not heard. Because I'm like, listen, that's why you couldn't have an all-black cast on this show. Because I'm telling you right now, put me on this show. Let me write this show, and I'm telling you, it would have been a belt. A belt would have been involved, because I don't play that. You're going to stay out of grown folk business. Don't be sitting here telling everybody at the dinner table my business that you set up using my phone. That's an ass whooping in itself. I'm just saying. That little girl too grown for her own good now. And then got the nerve to sit there and invite Tracy to sit down and have dinner with them. I'm like, little girl, you are doing too much. You are doing too much. I love Tracy, man. I really do. She got a lot of irons in the pot right now. Like, she up to no good with everybody. But I like how unapologetic Tracy is. Like, she don't give a damn. Even if she blackmailing her own grandchild, she don't care. She gonna do whatever she got to do to push her own agenda. I felt bad for BLQ, but at the same time, like, BLQ, tell this man that you called in a favor with your grandmother, because obviously he knows something ain't right. He knows something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Like, he could tell, you know, like, he knows she not happy working at deception. He could sense it. He could see it. It's all as clear as day. So just tell that man. If he get mad and ungrateful, leave his ass alone. You did something to help him get his career back that he loved so much. You know, because she felt responsible for him losing it. So the least you could do is get it back from him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the problem? If he's so ungrateful, then he's not the man for her at the end of the day. But I would do anything to get out of blackmail, because that's one thing I cannot stand is when characters get themselves into a blackmail situation. Especially over something so dumb. Like, people be holding the dumbest stuff over some of these people's head. Like, oh, if you don't do what I want, I'm going to tell this person that you did this. And it ain't something that you can go to prison over. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't something you can't go to jail over, you better snitch on yourself. Tell. That's what irritates me with BLQ. I'm like, listen, I'll be snitching on myself so fast. Take that leverage away from her. You know? Because as long as she keep allowing Tracy to have that leverage, Tracy gonna use it. Tracy gonna use that shit. Tracy was not playing with her. She said, oh, Brooklyn. She said, don't stay out too late. You have work tomorrow. Tracy ain't shit. Tracy ain't shit, and she know it. I'm like, Tracy, you ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great weekend. I will see you all later. Peace.